We are already halfway through 2025, and I'm like, what is happening? All right, so you can drop in the chat if you are watching us live as I get this up on or on Facebook. And follow along with me here. Saddies can still be baddies. All right, here we go. All right, I'm live on Facebook now. Hey, what's up? I'm coming to you from my new office. My eyelashes have all fallen off because I'm having allergies. And I just got done with like a full day of coaching calls. And I also just got off of a retreat proposal call. And it just reminded me of something that I heard last year, which was Saddies can be baddies. Saddies can still be baddies. So let me know if you resonate with that. And I'm going to do like a quick training because I'm kidding you not. I have not felt like functioning this past probably month. So my mom came into town in June and you see this beautiful office. Like we spent so much time doing this office. Oh, we spent 7 days, but I'm like, it was like 12-hour days, redoing the walls, picking the paint color, painting everything, like arranging everything, hanging everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm so, so grateful. So grateful. And also tired. And then she left and then I got PMS. So I had like a week where I was like so tired, so down. And then I also had my allergies kick in, like right on time every July. My eyes get extremely itchy. So if we have any allergists, my husband keeps telling me I need to go to the doctor. And I'm like, no, a crystal will heal it. Just do some Reiki and some crystals. I'll pray and meditate and it'll go away. So might need to actually seek out some medical attention for these allergies at this point in time. But listen, I've been talking about this so much. I was wanting to come on here like unhinged. I'm a little bit groggy. Like the histamines, the allergies are making me like a little dense. And then if I end up having to take Benadryl, then I'm even more dense. Like I'm even more like zombieified. And I thought about this a lot because if you don't know me, my name is Cami. I'm a life and business coach. I have built a six-figure business, right? Over 100K in 12 months in my business. And I help other people do the same thing. And I also just made a post recently that says like, hey, I'm willing to like burn my business down if it's not into alignment. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how your life can get in the way of your business and what to do about it. So, first of all, I have a lot of clients who have diagnosed medical conditions, right? They're working with a therapist, they're working with a nurse practitioner, they're working with a psychologist, and they have been prescribed something or they have a diagnosis. So, the reason I say this is because we have two things going on in our brain. Actually, I think we have three things. We have two things going on biologically, right? So, biologically, this is what I know from my degree in molecular cell biology and studying the brain since I've been in 10th grade because I'm a nerd and I've been learning about the brain since then. We have neurochemistry, right? It's the chemicals in your brain that creates the emotions. It's the brain chemistry that we often get medication for. That's the first part. That's 50% of what goes on in your brain. Then the other 50% is the way that you choose to think, the way that you choose like to focus, what you choose to focus on, your habits, your patterns, your routines. Those are conscious and we can direct those through life coaching. So when I'm talking about life coaching and I'm giving you tips, we're never negating the fact for true mental health. Like we need mental health support. We need therapy. We need to get to baseline through medications, through talk therapy, through cognitive behavioral therapy. And I oftentimes will be working with clients as my life coaching client who have a therapist that they also work with. Now, what I want to talk about though is getting results. So, what we talk about in life coaching is getting results, even when your life is falling apart. Getting results, even when like your eyelashes fall out, you have allergies. Like, this happened to me 2 years ago. Like, it was so bad. Like I want to itch my face off. Like if you ever had allergies and your eye gets like swollen, I want to itch my face off like a rabid animal. And so that happened to me yesterday, so I just had to take Benadryl and lay down. So anyway, what can happen for high achievers, right? Like people who high functioning, high achievers, get a lot of shit done, have goals, is we can really, really, really get hard on ourselves whenever things aren't going well, right? Like if we're having a mental health challenge, if we're having a family crisis, if we're having an unexpected medical crisis, a financial crisis. And so, what I want to talk to you about is what do you do? Like when you're, especially when you have a business or you're a primary provider of finances, what do you do? Like, how do you show up when your life is lifing really, really hard? So, I want to give you a couple of tips for this. And then also, if you want to reach out to me just to talk, I offer a free 1 hour consultation and I put the link in the description of this video. So, you can go ahead and book a consult call and just talk to me because sometimes you just need to talk to somebody about it. So, step number one is self compassion. So, I was just coaching a client on this today saying, what would change if instead of beating yourself up for what you're going through, instead of judging yourself because you're experiencing grief or loss or some pain or some upset because of like a relationship, a death in the family, a loss of a pet? Like yesterday, I'm not even kidding you. They were cutting down trees in my neighborhood and they're around this pond. And I looked out there and I still haven't cried yet. I still need to cry about it. I haven't cried about it, but I'm like really sad that they're cutting down my trees. Like I spent so much time meditating with those trees. And I told my husband, I was like, you're going to laugh at me like this feels like dumb, but like I'm really sad and I'm like grieving those trees, right? Like that makes me really sad. And so somebody was saying something recently. This is a really good point. Somebody was telling me the energetics behind allergies. And I was like, yeah, I totally, I mean, I'm an energy practitioner. I'm a breathwork facilitator. I'm a Reiki facilitator. I understand energy is a thing, right? That happens. And so they were telling me like what it means to have allergies. And they were saying suppressed emotion. And I'm like, actually, you're not wrong. Like, I probably need to cry about some things. I haven't cried in a little while. So maybe you need to cry about some things and not judge yourself for it, right? I think what happens with a lot of us as high achievers is we want to just keep going, keep pushing, keep doing because it gives us some sense of control and power and to feel like we have control of our life. And so the first tip I want to give you is can you have compassion for yourself for what you're going through? Like for me, I realize like I'm going through some big transitions this year. My husband's retiring, getting out of the military after 20 years. Our dynamic has changed within the household, so like we're dealing with that. Like we are really going through a big transition. And can I just hold space for myself to be like, "Oh, this is a transition period." So this is also true if you have like college age kids that just went off to college and you became an empty nester. It's true if you have toddlers and you're like trying to run a business at home. Like, can you have compassion for yourself in your life circumstance? Because judging yourself is taking more of your energy. So, what if you met yourself with compassion and softness and non judgment? Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, if you just did that one thing, it would completely change your life. And this is the foundation of the coaching that I teach, but this is the foundation of when I hired my first life coach. This is the foundational thing that helped me shift everything. Because I was so hard on myself. I was judging myself. If I couldn't get up and work out at 5 a.m., I was judging myself. If I ate some popcorn, if I ate carrots, I remember there was a time in my life where I was so strict with my nutrition that I couldn't eat carrots because they had too much sugar. So, like, can you give yourself a dang break? Number one, like that is step one. Have some self compassion, have some self acceptance, stop judging yourself. And then number two is be with whatever emotion is there. So I'm bringing this up now because I have done this the entirety of my business is went to someone to process my emotion. So some of that could be done in therapy, of course. Some of that could be done with a trusted friend, talking to a friend. Some of that could be done in a breathwork class, a yoga class, meditation, sitting outside under a tree. But what really impacted me, two things really impacted me, was having a consistent breathwork practice, specifically revelation breathwork, which is where you go in with the intention, I'm going to be with this emotion. I'm going to release it through active breathing. I'm going to move through it. I'm going to cry, scream, yell, like whatever's here, I'm going to be with. That completely impacted and completely changed my life having the consistency of breath work to go to. The second thing that really helped me was when I hired my somatic coach. And this is part of what I do in my coaching. I'm very results focused when I coach my clients. I want you to get results in your life. And I'm intuitive. So we tap into intuition, we tap into self love, we tap into the divine nature of each of us and the nervous system regulation that needs to happen. So somatics is whatever's going on in the body, the soma. And so a lot of work that I did with my coach that I also do with my clients is a lot of times we'll come in and we'll be like, I want to do this thing. I want to talk about this. I want to achieve my goals. And we're activated in our nervous system. And so what somatic coaching is sitting with the emotion right there in the moment, saying, hey, like what part of you is coming up here? Like, is this little girl version of you scared? Is she tired? Does she just want to play? And like actually accessing the parts of you that are coming forth, that want to be heard, that want to be seen, that want to be felt. And I kid you not, this processing when you're working with a coach only takes about 5 to 7 minutes. And when you sit there and process it 5 to 7 minutes, then you can move on to working on the goal, right? Because a lot of us high achievers, like we just want to work on the goal. We don't want to feel the feelings. But I'm telling you, when you can set aside and learn how to do this processing with a coach and also learn how to do it on your own, you are not afraid of emotions anymore. They don't actually keep you in the fight, flight, or freeze mode anymore. You know how to move through it. And then if we go back to self compassion, you also allow yourself to have your breakdowns, to have your meltdowns. I always say, especially running a business, we think it's going to be miracles. It's just a miracle. I did it. I have a business now. And it's going to be amazing. But really, what it is it's a multitude of mini breakdowns. Like we are going to have mini breakdowns because we're creating something from nothing. So, going back to self compassion, then going back to being able to process your emotion, and going back to being able to have a coach to hold space for you to say, hey, nothing's wrong with you. You're a human going after a big goal and a big dream, and your life is lifing. And we don't just get to have perfect lives all the time. Like, we don't just get to have everything going smoothly all the time, right? Like, people are going to get sick. People are going to get fired. Our friends and family are going to be in some type of crisis. Like, it's it's unavoidable, right? Like life is 50-50, the good and the bad. But how you manage it, how you move through it is what creates a resilient life for you. So I'm speaking to if you're in a season of like feeling sad, feeling down, feeling like I'm not as far along as I want to be. If you just take these three things, self-compassion, being able to process emotion, being able to have a coach to help you, these things will shift your energy profoundly. And then one of the fourth things, because I consider like being a saddie, like being sad, as being stuck. And a lot of times when people come to me and they do a consult with me, they say, I'm feeling stuck. And then I ask them specifically, like in each area of life, what does that look like? How do you want it to look? But what's typically happening is they're on the fence about something. They want to do this thing, but they can't. They know what to do, but they can't really get themselves to do it. They wish they could feel more positive, but they're not able to feel more positive. They think that they could do it on their own, but they haven't been able to do it on their own yet. So this period of stuckness is just a period of indecision. So one of the most profound things you can do is make a decision to support yourself during this transition, during whatever thing you're going through. Even if you're in a season of thriving, you might even be leaning towards overwhelm and getting close to burnout in your business. When you can be supported, you make a decision to hire a coach to support you. This changes everything. And I'll give you another example of this because I've worked with so many coaches over the past 10 years. It's profoundly changed my life, which is why I am a coach. And also, I still am a human. I still like to be like, I don't know if I should. Should I? I don't know. Maybe. Should I invest in this coach? Should I not? And this happened to me twice in the past 6 months. So last year, I was in a mastermind. That mastermind literally got me out of a depression. Like, I was like having panic attacks, feeling depressed, burnout, health issues, gut issues, like, could barely energetically function within my body. And listen to this. I want you to hear this, and I'm openly sharing this, is because there are people out there that will like demonize and blame and be like, you need to watch your energy, and I can't believe you got burnout, and you shouldn't get burnout. Listen, I think it's part of the journey. I think if you look at like an Ironman athlete and they hurt their knee, you're like, yeah, they hurt their knee because like they're an Ironman athlete. That's amazing, right? It's the same thing if you're running a business. Like You will brush up against burnout and you will probably have a couple seasons of burnout until you learn how to modulate your energy, like take care of your own nervous system. And I also think like every next level you go to, it's like wobbly and you have to learn how to like hold more and have more and grow your capacity. So I don't want to demonize burnout or make you feel bad about it. I'm not going to make myself feel bad about it. Like I shouldn't have done this. This is the second time I've gone through it. Like back in the day, back in 2013, I went through it whenever I was working and then I went through it again in business. The reason I went through it though is because I want to achieve something. I'm going after a goal. And I think that is a valid reason to go for burnout, right? I'm not doing it to prove myself. I'm not doing it to be someone in the world. I don't desire for that anymore. That's the first round of burnout that I went for. This next round of burnout is like, I want to be, sounds so cheesy. I want to be all that I can be. Like, I want to live into my potential. I want to create. I want to be a creator, a contributor. I want to have impact in the world. I want to have spiritual impact, financial impact. I want to be able to support people in their dreams and their visions. Like I see the ripple effect of my ability to continue to show up. And so I will continue to show up no matter what is going on in my energetic field. And I will continue to take care of myself and learn and grow through each season of potential burnout. So the reason I say this is because a lot of times when you are going through like some burnout or some mental health challenges or maybe grieving or like you're going through a big transition, this is what happened to me at least. I drug my feet on hiring my next coach. I was kind of like, well, like I'm good. I'm done with that. Like I already learned that. I just finished the mastermind. Like maybe I should take a break. And I knew what I needed next. And I knew the type of coach I needed next. And I remember it took me a month. Usually in the past was very decisive, which is take action, which is do it right away, like would do it within a couple days. And for whatever reason, right, I think a lot of it was due to my nervous system being like lower, like in a freeze mode, right? My nervous system was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do this, if I could do this. What is it going to be like? Like, it was just like, maybe I should wait till later. Like, it was really interesting to watch the way my brain would make decisions while my nervous system was still recovering. And so the first time I did this was back in December. And I remember being like, I know the coach I need to hire. I know we need to work together for 3 months. And like, I'm dragging my feet on it. And I remember getting coaching from my mastermind and being like, I just need to do this. And I realized in that moment from the coaching I got is that I was getting so darn comfortable. This is what we would call stuck, right? I was getting so comfortable being stuck in my circumstances. So there were some things that happened in my business that felt big and felt heavy. Like I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know how to fix them. And it felt very much like I just wanted to be like, well, I guess it's just too big for me. I guess I just have to stop here where I am. And I realized that when my coach was like, listen, I want you to see what's happening here. And she's like, you can keep this story and it will keep you where you are, or you can decide to move forward and address these things. And as soon as I decided to move forward and address these things, and I got on a call with my new coach, I was like, oh my gosh, this is why I needed this. I needed to do 3 more months of somatic coaching with her. Like it was something it was really important for me in the transition I was going through in my personal life and in my business. So I said yes to her. And then I finished up with her a couple months ago. And I realized that I was like looking for the next thing again. And there was two options in front of me. And the one option, it like could worse, but I was beating myself up about it. I was like, no, I should do it. Like I should probably do that thing still. And it wasn't feeling aligned. It wasn't feeling like a hell yes. It was just kind of like some residual, um, self-judgment, right? Like, oh, I should be further along. Like this should be like just really again stuck in that self-judgment. And I realized that I was trying to make a decision from proving. So I was going to join this program to like prove that I could, to prove that I could like be in it, to prove that I could be in this mastermind. And I realized that I was doing it again, like, oh, there it is again. Like I'm making a decision from proving. I'm making a decision of like wanting to look good. And so it took me like another month to make this decision. And I just invested this week with a peer of mine, a friend of mine who makes double the revenue that I do. And she's been through similar things than me, but she's a couple years ahead of me. And I just said, I need to be around you because you pull me out of my shit all the time. Like you just will not let me stay stuck in this like powerlessness, like this helplessness, this like poor me story. Like she just will not allow it. And so I laugh at this because it has to be funny. Because if you start to get in the misery of what your mind is creating when you're really sad or down or grieving or like you have a big disappointment, if you allow your brain to just keep talking to you and you keep listening to that brain, you will just stay stuck. You will stay stuck in that disappointment. You will stay stuck in that story. That story will become your next 10 years. And I realized it when I like looked forward and I was like, has it literally been like 6 weeks since we talked? Has it literally been 6 weeks since she sent me this link to sign up and I didn't sign up? And I literally was driving in my car, voice memoing her, going, listen, I'm freaking done with this. And I swore, right? Like, I'm not going to swear here because I don't know who else watching and where they're watching from. But like, when I'm coaching or when I'm with my coach or with my, if they're comfortable with it, I'm swearing because we need to break the pattern. So what I did in that moment is like, listen, I'm signing up for your thing. I'm signing up for it today. I'm freaking done. And as soon as I signed up, I went and binge listened to 6 hours of content right away. Changed my life in one day. Literally, that's all it took. The investment wasn't even a big investment, but my brain was being so stuck and it was like so used to being stuck. And it was like, well, we're just stuck here now. And I just said, I refuse. Like, I refuse to let another month go by, to let another week go by for me to stay stuck in this sad story. And so the reason I bring this up for you is because I'm in a season, right? Like, I'm in a season. I haven't been in the season for a while. Like, I was thinking back to like my last big breakdown. My last big breakdown was 2018. And I had like this breakdown year. Then I had breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. And I was like on this high for so long. And then like now I'm going through another breakdown season. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting, right? Like one of my coaches in Bali always said this to me. And I find it so amazing to think about is breakdown always comes before breakthrough. Breakdown always comes before breakthrough. So if you're going through a breakdown, if things are being pulled away, if you're losing things, if you're grieving things, if it feels like stuff is like burning down to the ground and like it is probably because you're meant to go in a new and different direction and you're being called forward into a new and different version of you. And so as I embrace this breakdown again, I'm like, oh, this is funny. This is hilarious. Like I was literally sitting with a colleague this week and like listening to the things I was complaining about. And I was thinking about, wow, like the version of me 8 years ago, like I'm living the dream that the version of me 8 years ago created. And now I'm like, wah, 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 crying about like these new and different problems, right? And it's not to say that we need to gaslight ourselves and say we don't have problems and we should be grateful, but it's really just funny. Like it's funny that we up level and that our brain wants to take us back into this downward spiral. Then we up level again, and then like our brain wants to take us back down in this downward spiral. So like if you just recognize that that's part of growth, that's part of up leveling, that's part of saying like, hey, I want to go after 100K. Now I want to have to go after 200K. Now I want to go after 1 million, right? It's like saying I want to start posting on Instagram. Now I want to start going live. Now I want to start giving speeches and I'm going to be a public speaker. Like I'm going to write a book. Each level that you do is going to create a level of breakdown. And your opportunity in that breakdown is to completely quit, to shut it down, to be like, that's it, I'm done. This dream isn't meant for me. Or you lean the whole way into the breakdown. You get support, you have coaching every week, you have nervous system regulation, you do somatic coaching, you start praying, meditating, like literally doing all of the things that put you in energetic alignment. That is what I think the purpose of life is. Anybody who's something great, anybody who's invented something, anybody who started a corporation that we now see today impacting millions, they had to be a little bit cuckoo. They had to be a little bit like resilient. They had to be a little bit like tenacious to where you're like, I'm going to keep going one foot in front of the other, no matter what, over and over again. But the other thing that stands out is they didn't do it alone. If you try to do things alone without a coach, without a mentor, there's oftentimes you can do it, but I don't hear many stories of somebody that says, I did this all on my own, myself, 100% self-made. There's always a story of somebody who impacted them, who lifted them up, who gave them an opportunity, who said yes, who coached them, who they worked with. And so I believe that we are community-based beings. And it's one thing to have a community, right? That's your friends, that's your family. It's one thing. That meets one part of your emotional needs. but you need to have somebody that is all in on your crazy vision with you. All in. Doesn't that holds that doesn't let you doubt yourself, that pulls you forward, that pulls you into the person that you're becoming. And this is what coaching does. This is what the entire profession of coaching does. This is why Olympic athletes have coaches, is because they're saying, I see you, I see the version of you that you're becoming, and I'm going to hold you to that version. I'm not going to let you stay stuck in the story of that past version of you. This is usually why I hire tough coaches. And I say tough, meaning like they will say the hard thing to me. And they're also tender. So they're also tender to say, like, you're beating yourself up. Like, you're being so hard on yourself. Like, can you see how great you're doing? Can you see what you've created? And I feel deeply in this moment because you need to hear that. I need to hear that. We all need to hear that. Because when you live with a high achieving perfectionist brain, maybe you're neurodivergent, there are these patterns of thought that just want to keep taking us back to be like, you're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. Here's why. And the brain will want to point out all the reasons. Look, you're not skinny enough. You don't have enough money in the bank, right? Like your relationship's not right. Like it'll just start pointing out things. You don't have the car you want. It'll just start pointing out things. And then the purpose of having a coach is to point you back in the direction of your creation and then back in the direction of what you've already created. It is profound when you have somebody to witness that with you week after freaking week. And so the reason I'm showing up here in my itchy eyes, I haven't itched them at all in the past 3 hours. I'm really proud of myself, and I haven't taken Benadryl today. And I tell you, the tenacity to keep showing up is what changes the world. So if you have a dream, if you have a vision, I don't care if you're working a job and you're just like, I want to be better at my job, or I want to make more money, or I want to put money away in savings. Or if you're building a business, you have a vision, you want to create something big. Or if you're like, I just want to be a better parent, have a better marriage, and like and like live on a farm. All of it is valid. All of it is your own sovereign success of what you decide that you want to be. All of it is valid. But do not stop when you get sad, when you hit grief, whenever things seem like they're falling apart. Like, do not stop, because this is your moment to lean into your mission, your purpose, your vision even deeper. And I'm telling you this from experience. Since 2022, I've been just climbing up that mountain, and I like get somewhere and I like reach a goal and I'm like, great, but I'm still climbing up this mountain. Like I haven't like reached the place where I can rest yet. Right. And the reason I laugh about this too is because we're surrounded by the people that we're impacted most by is the 5 people around us, right? So you want to have those people being a coach, a mentor, a program that keeps you accountable, that keeps you in the vibration of who you're becoming. But I laugh because I'm like, I hang out with too many millionaires, right? I'm like, of course I'm going to make millions. I'm not there yet, but like that's where I'm going, because the purpose of millions in your business, in your impact, in your savings account, in your 401k, whatever it is, the purpose of the millions of the money is what you can do with it. Whether it's personal impact in your personal life, giving it to your kids, leaving it as a legacy, giving it as a scholarship, whether it's being able to gift somebody a car, or being able to, like for me, I want to build out an entire animal rescue. Like it saddens me to see so many animals being euthanized. Like I want to save all the animals, all the puppies, all the kittens, all of them. I want them to have a place. I want to be able to impact people that are doing backyard breeding. Like, I don't want any more breeding. Why are we breeding animals? Right? Like, that's one of my big passions. And so the way I can impact that is through money. And so everything that I do when I'm helping people, when I'm offering services, I'm like, I want to help change your life, but I also want to help change the future of the world through the way I give my money back. So the reason I bring this up is twofold. Number one, hire me as your coach. Let's have a conversation. I work with clients one-on-one for 6 months, and I also have an upcoming mastermind for business owners. If you're new in business, if you haven't reached 6 figures yet, this mastermind is for you. It's 8 weeks long. We start on July 31st. So we can talk about either one of those. I also facilitate breath work. So if you're just like, I need support, I need emotional support, I need intuitive guidance, I provide all of that. I just want to let you know that I'm here for you, because so many people right now are going through it, and then they're judging themselves because they think it's all on them. They think it's them. And they think it's like a them problem. I'm telling you, we're all going through it. And you can still make money. You can still build a business. You can still have your dream. You can still have the things that you want, even if you're going through it. But can you hold yourself in self-compassion? Can you hold space for your emotions? Do you have support holding you up for whenever you're like, I'm going through another breakdown? If you have those things, you will make it through. And then there will be a moment in time where you're like, ooh, it's good again. Yes. And you can fully enjoy that moment. Life is 50-50. There's ups and there's downs. Can you fully enjoy the ups? And can you just be with yourself in the downs? Like, I know even now, like, I don't want to look back on 2025 and be like, I'm glad that was over. I actually want to be like, what a blessing. What a blessing that I went through these things. What a blessing that I was able to hold space for myself, that I was able to find coaches and mentors that were able to help me and support me and just like reflect back my greatness and my power to me. Wow, like what a privilege it is to be in this world and to have all of these tools and all of these healing modalities. Like, wow. So that is what this year is for me. One of the words I set out for this year was discipline. And that turned out to be true, right? Like it turned out to be, I've got to show up sometimes when I do not feel like showing up, like when my eyes are itchy and I want to, and I'm grouchy. And then I remember like my purpose is to show up for people. So you think about this for yourself. What is your purpose? Who are you showing up for? Your family, your friends, your clients, your community, and allow yourself to realize that like saddies can be baddies. You can be going through stuff and you can still be showing up. You can still be making an impact. You can still be making money. You don't need to be high vibe all the time. You don't need to be perfect in any way in order to create success. You just need to hold space for yourself. And if you don't know what that looks like, I can help you with that. I can teach you. So here's the invitation. Go book a free consultation with me. You can send me a message right now on wherever you're watching this video, or you can head to my website, my booking website, camikennedy.vip. Click there, book a free consultation with me. During the 1 hour consultation, you get to talk to me about whatever's going on in your life, in your business, in your relationship, in your health. We'll go over all of it without any judgment. You can feel free to just tell me what's going on. And then what I want to do for you is walk you through, like, okay, this is the plan. This is the things that we could work on together. This is what it would look like. And whether or not we work together, you will know, okay, this is what will move me forward. Sometimes you just need to know that there's a way out, there's a way forward, so you can get started on moving forward. So that's all I have for you today. My allergy headache is here to stay. And I'm just saying that because like it's been every day I've had a headache and I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm listening. So I'm going to set off with the intention of an energetic and a medical based protocol for my allergies. So if anybody has information for allergies, send it over to me. And also, I can coach you, I can help you, I can hold space for you, even with my allergies. Trust and believe. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.